All right. Just got the crazy idea. I was thinking about my friend Naomi, and I thought, hi Naomi. I thought, oh man, I haven't made a video to someone in years and years and years and years. So I thought I'd do that. I was thinking about you, Naomi, because you did like a friend year, or a friend summer, where you and your friends were just always doing stuff together. And I remember the end, there was like a speech, one of your friends was giving a speech of like, through this summer we've all come together, and like, and you were filming it, and she turned to you and said, oh, don't film this, or something like that. Probably more polite in an Irish way. And you went, oh yes, of course. And you turned your camera down, and you still filmed it. You just filmed the ground and recorded her voice. No one tells Naomi what to do. So, but then I remember you saying, like, you were asking like a bunch of friends, like, hey, next weekend you want to do this? Or hey, the other day, or tomorrow, do you want to do that? Or hey, would you ever be interested in doing this one thing? And everyone's like, oh yeah, let me just check with my parents. Or like, God, I don't know, I think there's something going on that day, but if not, yeah, I'll get back to you. And you're like, why not just say yes or no? You know what I mean? And so I was thinking about that because, oh, I guess we could go. We don't have to sit here and talk. We could drive and talk. What are you gonna do? This goofball. Now, hold on a second. There's people behaving really weirdly right now. That person drove up on a curb. That person did like, oh, never mind. I asked this person, I'm like, hey, do you want to go do this one thing? And they're like, yeah, but when would we do it? And I said, no, I said, you want to go do this thing? You want to go take this long trip? And they're like, well, what's out there on this long trip? And I'm like, there's lots of stuff out there. It's just beautiful. You know, you might see anything. And they're like, oh, I don't know, when will we do it? I'm like, we could do it on a day off we have together. And they're like, we don't have a day off together. And I'm like, so do you know I have today off? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, do you work today? And they go, no. I'm like, that's a day off together. And a couple more bounces back and forth, and finally I say, well, you know, like, since I hurt my hip, I'm not able to sit for long periods of time, so a long car trip wouldn't be possible. And I'm like, that is a good thing to say when someone asks you to go on a car trip. Right off the bat, just say, I can't, man. My hip hurts so bad that I can't sit in a car for a long period of time. Like, you know, you want to do something closer? Like, want to meet in town? What the fuck? And it reminded me, I used to have this girlfriend that I used to call her her excuses onion excuses. Because I'd say, hey, you want to do this? She'd, I can't because of no money. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't have to pay. I'd pay you money. Oh, well, like, it can't be today because I have this to do. And I'm like, no, I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about tomorrow. They're like, oh, well. And I'm like, hey, do you want to get down to the very center of the onion to where you just say, like, I just don't feel like doing that? You could do that. You know what? Because you know what, I can tell you right now, what I don't feel like doing is doing a lot of back and forth. Because like 15 minutes into talking about it is 15 minutes on the road to go do it. I could be almost there, you know, at this point in time. And despite me making YouTube videos, if you think I like talking a lot, you've got me completely confused with somebody else. I am fine with, yes, meet you there. And I'll say, sounds good. Well, what should I bring? I don't know. What do you think it's going to be like out there? I mean, is it worth it? No. I could go or I can't go. I want to go or I don't want to go. Do you want to go to the carnival? No, there's lots of fucking crowds there. I hate crowds. Oh, well, I don't think it's going to be very busy this time of day. It started with no. I don't want to go to the carnival. I hate crowds. Like, there's going to be more than one person. Even if it's just employees, that's still a lot of people. You know what I'm talking about? You just start with no. No, I don't want to go do that. And that's the thing too, is like, you know, like, you know that they like you because they do stuff with you. And they know that they like to do stuff because you guys do stuff together. Maybe they're thinking about like hierarchy or something goofy like that. Well, I want to wait till like a bunch of girls going because I don't want to see us like singled out. Or like, oh, well, I guess you and Naomi are hanging out together, so maybe me and Sally will start hanging out together, you know. I don't know what the girl dynamic is, the power dynamic of the totem pole. But I can tell you this, I think that girls should be a lot more like guys and just say like, no, I don't want to go do that. Why not? I was like, I just don't feel like it. It's like that. I mean, like, and that is way more information than you need. I don't want to do it. Why not? Just don't feel like it. One of my friends, I met them once, and I'm like, you don't seem like yourself today. And they're like, you know, just like all these things I needed to do at home, and like the so and so's having this problem, and such is sick. And I'm like, oh, dude, you should just go home. And they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, we could do this another time. Like, what? And I'm like, well, let me get you coffee real fast and then go home. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's what life is like. Don't ever go do something you don't want to do. And if you get somewhere and you realize, I really shouldn't be doing this, I have so much to do at home, tell them that and go home. Gotta not pull over and pick up all that cooking gear along the road. I don't need it. But I know that's the thing about a lot of people are doing some sort of like social politics or diplomacy, and but you must know if you're talking to somebody and you just know that they cut to the point, they don't do a lot of bullshit. Just tell them you don't want to go. Like, tell me you don't want to go. You know what I'll say? All right. It's like, really, actually, me going somewhere alone, obviously, is way better than going it with anyone else in the whole world. It's always going to be more fun by myself because I'll do exactly what I want. Exactly. Just selfishly. Just diving into it. Hey, Naomi, good to see you. Congratulations on the on your RV travels. Looks amazing. Gives me flashbacks to tiny house living, but I know like you are on an adventure, which is completely different than living in a wooden box on the street. All right, it's good to see you.